Hey, there we are. Hi, everyone. Hello. Happy Saturday. It's me, Brennomania, coming to you live from somewhere in Brooklyn, I think, as far as I can tell. I haven't really left this place since March, so as far as I can tell, I'm still here. Anyway, hello, everyone. Let me say hi to everyone who came in and chatted during the pre-roll. Hello, Spicy Pickle. Happy Saturday. Hi, I Smile. Hello, Serax. Hi, Heterosapiens. Hello, Internet Insomnia. Hello, McCatnip. Hello, everyone who is here, whether you are chatting or lurking. I love you all. Happy Saturday. We're going to read some more Problem Sleuth this afternoon / morning / evening, depending on which part of the world you're in, and also depending on when in the present or future you're reading this. I don't know. Anyway, yes, not leaving home. I'm Heterosapiens kind of guy. That's right. All right. Oh, first thing I wanted to... Hey, Ignatus, how's it going? Happy Saturday. Yes, I am reading Problem Sleuth. We're going to read chapters 9, 10, and 11 today. So last time we did chapters 6, 7, and 8, and I think the crux of what happened last time is that we kind of got a little bit more into some of the lore that is emerging from the room escape shenanigans that are happening. So there are like 4 different sets of creatures, like 4 different countries or warring factions or whatever. It's not totally clear to me, but here's what you got. You got the elves, you got the clowns, you got the hogs, you got the weasels. They all hate each other for some reason. And Problem Sleuth, when last we left him, as you can actually see in this panel right now, is working on diplomacy, like kind of working on figuring out a diplomatic solution to everyone's problems. So anyway, yay, Nema, thank you for the encouragement. I appreciate encouragement very much. Thank you. Yes, and there were statues, and a few of the, let's see, Problem Sleuth and Pickle Inspector both went on, well, and also Ace Dick to an extent, went on these spiritual quests, and couple of them occupied the bodies of other characters. They were, gosh, I can't remember their names now. Oh my gosh, I can't remember their names now. Oh, I should have reviewed this more closely. You know what? Actually, I bet if I go to the log, I will see like the acronym, and that will just like jog my memory. Hold on a sec, everyone. Highly professional. That's me. Oh yeah. I think Hysterical Dame, I think, was one of them, and the other one was Nervous Broad. Yes. So, I think Problem Sleuth occupied the shell of Hysterical Dame, and Pickle Inspector inhabited Nervous Broad. And then Ace Dick was just Ace Dick, but like smaller, and eventually with a wig. So there was that. And then we got our first glimpse of Mobster Kingpin toward the end there. So we will see what comes of that. But we're going to be doing starting off with chapter 9 today. And then we will do chapter 10 and chapter 11, and that's what we'll do for our stream today. Also, happy 4th of July to all of you Americans out there who are living in America or elsewhere in these times. I don't know where I was going with that, but it is the 4th of July. It is the anniversary of our country's birth, so that's a thing. Yay. Oh, also, Vivi is here, so let me turn pet cam on. So y'all can get some cat stuff. There he is. I got like a fun little funky addition to my setup here, so I'm able to give you like a bit more of like an overhead shot of the kitty. It's a little flimsy. Kind of fell out of its bracket here. Let me try to finish jerry-rigging this thing. Y'all can get some kitty. There we go. There's Vivi. There's a kitty. That's true, Spicy Pickle. There's a lot going on that kind of dampens the desire to celebrate things. Completely understandable, but that's a thing. But we're here. It's Saturday. We're gonna read some Problem Sleuth. Oh, one more thing that is also pretty exciting. If you are a subscriber to this channel, I was able to, because we got enough subs, I actually had another emote slot unlocked. So we now have a Steiner emote. And that's what it is. I feel like that is a wonderful Steiner face. So if you are a sub and you would like to spam that emote while it's brand new, feel free to go ahead and do that. I really like that picture of Steiner. So if you're not a sub though, I think another way you can unlock that emote is to spend channel points as well, happy caps, which you get just for being here. So yeah, so those are things. If those are fun things you like doing, spamming cat emotes, feel free. Anyway, yay, Steiner. I think, I was looking at my numbers, I think if we get like 5 more subs, it'll unlock another emote slot. So maybe I can come up with like a Vivi emote at some point. Vivi, you want to be an emote, buddy? You want to be an emote? I'm just gonna bother you. I keep bothering you. All right. But yeah, I think if we get 5 more subs, we can get a new emote, and I will definitely make it a Vivi emote for y'all if that's what you want. So, all right. Anywho, got all that stuff out of the way. I hope you're all having a good Saturday. If you came in and said hello and I did not say hello back to you, I am sorry. I try to get everyone. But Naima, I don't know if I said hi to you. So hello, good morning to you. Oh, hi Egwene. I just saw you too. So hello, happy Saturday. Let's go ahead and read some Problem Sleuth. All right, so here we are, Chapter 9. P.S. Too difficult. Go online and search for a walkthrough. That's right, he's looking up like a walkthrough for diplomatic relations instead of just doing it himself. So, this is complete bullshit. You have no idea what to do with this stupid mesh or how to solve this crisis. You resolve to find some help. Oh, that's the mesh, that's right. I remember last time we saw like, it was like kind of like a loyalty like matrix. There was just like a big mesh between all 4. So there's that. Next. Oh my gosh, you're actually on GameFAQs. MS Paint Adventures, FAQ walkthrough. So let's see, we got Axel 7174, Chaos Demon, Terran, Probster, Sanctuary Remix, Subject 17, The Gum, Winnie the Poop 2, and Archbishop 42. Alright, let's open one of the walkthroughs. Oh my gosh, that ASCII art is rather impressive. MS Paint Adventures walkthrough by Andrew Hussey. Oh, you don't say. Started on August 13th, 2008. Completed on blank. Email andrewhussey@gmail.com. Oh, look. Completed on is left blank. It's like it's almost as if he never bothered to finish. For some reason. Hey, Recursive, happy Saturday. I was kind of wondering if there was like something with the usernames there, Recursive. Some of the same users that Hussey used on the GameFAQs page for Suburb. You know, I was wondering about that, because that totally reminded me of that. Alright. So let's see. Table of contents, lots of stuff here. I wonder if there's anything that kind of jumps out. Intro, version history, items, weapons, character, bosses, battle techniques, combat operandi, character ratings, hallowed tomb locations, bonus candy corn, ogling guide? Even in context, that's like a weird thing. Ogling guide, portal facts, weasel communion tips, do's and don'ts on diplomacy. I feel like that's the section we want. Sacred urn checklist, maps to mystic ruins, Problem Sleuth's case files, business card walkthrough. Why do you need a walkthrough for the business cards? Codes and secrets, copyright, contact info, and credits. Wonder what happened to Winnie the Pooh 1. We don't talk about Winnie the Pooh 1. All right. Should I read this whole thing? Okay, it stops at the point. I'll read what's here. So, okay, this is the third MS Paint adventure called Problem Sleuth, and it's a lot longer than the other ones, like Bard's Quest and Jailbreak. And it's also harder to solve with lots of puzzles and more hard-boiled lugs and nervous dames to save than ever. Oh my gosh, the misspellings here are just, like, wild. So hang in there and we'll go through the adventure together. It will take a lot of imagination and some vim, and yes, just a little bit of pulchritude too. Version history. As with every other guide that I wrote, this guide is my own property. I happily made this for all to enjoy and to use, and all that I ask is that if you are planning on using this for your site, then just ask me for permission, okay? I'm really easy to get along with and generally don't mind it so long as you ask for my permission first. Don't go thinking, oh, he'll never say okay, let's just rip the guide and post it anyways, because that's a flawed way of thinking. Just give it a shot sometime, and you may be surprised. My email box is always open. Time to get started with the adventure at hand. Although, hold on a second, we have 2 Nepetas to sacrifice here. You monsters. Sacrificing my dear sweet Nepeta, my daughter. Alright. Items. Key. Description. You're never quite sure there's never been a key on your desk and never will be. Location. On PS's desk. Steal from. Borthrax. Fluthlu? I mean, it's clearly like is that like a flute combined with Cthulhu? Jellied Demon Geist. Use with handgun bullets, max 6. Alchemy guide. 3 candy corn plus 1 rubber tube plus 2 elf hat equals 1 key. You can alchemize a key? Holy cow. Hi, Seth. Happy Saturday. Yay, happy caps. Hold on. Let's see. Where was I? 1 key plus 8 drops of weasel snot plus 1 code machine equals 1 Tootsie Roll. Note, it sells for 17 spondylix. What's a spondylic? My goodness. Anytime Nepeta song comes on, you're sacrificing Nepeta if able. You monster. Nama, you're a monster. Tuba. Description. Filthiest horn you've ever seen. You'd sooner press your blowhole to the dick of a rowdy leper. Oh my god, what? Oh my god. Why is this happening? Location, PS's back room and an elf princess's tower. Steal from level 86 Earl Molasses Fats Wraith. Use with horn polish, fats painting, lips, and melody and soul. Alchemy guide, 8 strands of piano wire, plus 6 glass shards, plus 1 romance novel equals 1 tuba. What in the world kind of recipe is that? That sounds like a recipe for, like, a really interesting Saturday night rather than a tuba. Anyway, 2 tubas plus 1 couch cushion plus 1 imaginary gramophone equals 1 sacred urn. Those were the ingredients for a sacred urn. So if we like really want to math this out, a sacred urn is comprised of an imaginary gramophone, a couch cushion, and 2 romance novels, and 12 glass shards, and 16 strands of piano wire. If you really want to, like, extrapolate that out. But I mean, that should be pretty straightforward. Anyway. Yep, good old pre-Homestuck alchemy. Maybe, Seth. Maybe that is what the local Wicked Witch decided to do. That's entirely possible. Salted melon. Description. Lusted after by hog kind. Nurtured protectively by Weasel Nation. Luscious, mouth-watering contraband. Diplomatic quagmire. Salted melons are a diplomatic quagmire in this story. That is actually true. Location, Weasel Orchard, under NB's bed, behind Speakeasy counter, in Clown Cottage, inside PS's reel-to-reel machine, inside Starsky Bust, above Dumbwaiter in PS's back room, behind Hot Sauce Still, in Dumpster in Imaginary Alley, in Crawl Space, between HD's and NB's rooms. Steal from Weasels, Weasel King, Morthal Dryax's Bone Guard Mount. I don't know what that is, but that's a thing that is here. We did miss so many melons, like, this is a terrible playthrough. This is the worst playthrough we've been having so far. Oh no, I'm sorry, I smile. I'm sorry Twitch is being a butt for you. I hope you have a good Saturday, and we'll definitely catch up with you on the VOD for sure. I'm sorry, I smile. That stinks. All right, steal. Okay, I already did steal from. Use with mustard, a little horseradish, eager hog. Use a salted melon with a little horseradish, or mustard, or an eager hog. Fantastic. Alchemy guide. 1 machine gun plus 10,000 pez equals 1 salted melon. That doesn't make any damn sense whatsoever. But that's how it is. 10 salted melon plus 1 curtain rod plus 1 brass knuckle equals 1 reflugent horn. Note, sells for 3 spondylix. That seems like a really small price. And then we'll just read this little blurb that's available from Chipotle Pepper. Chipotle Pepper. Description: hottest pepper this side of the Rio Grande. Better have a strong stomach capacity before braving this vegetable. Location: under Ace Dick's hat. Steal from Ace Dick. Use with hot sauce still. All right, let's scroll down a ways. Oh my gosh, I actually really love how they've replaced the comic art with ASCII art or text art. That's really clever. I like that. Walkthrough. Here's complete walkthrough of this game from beginning to end. The first room. Oh no, you're trapped. Yes, that's right. Get used to it. It happens a lot in this game. Anyway, it's a lot in this game anyway. So you're going to want to start messing around with a lot of stupid and useless sounding commands to waste as much time as possible and get nowhere. But I can help you get through some of this faster by saving you some time. But I will still be thorough so you don't miss anything. Okay, here we go. Command: quickly retrieve arms from safe. Try not to be fooled by the fact that the guy does not have arms. This will happen a lot in the game. You'll say, "Where's his arms?" But don't worry, he has them. It's just you can't see them usually. Try to resist asking where his arms are. Command: retrieve your gun. There are dames to be rescued. There is your gun sitting on your desk. It looks really tempting to pick up and shoot. But wait, not so fast. There is this weird glitch in the game that happens a lot. You'll see. It turns into a key. Okay, next, let's see if we can do something about that door. Sounds more like West of Loathing than Andrew Hussey. I love West of Loathing. There are kind of like some similarities actually in the writing between West of Loathing and what we're seeing right here. Yeah, I actually streamed West of Loathing on my channel like a couple of years ago, and it was fantastic and full of puns, and it was wonderful. Alright, P.S. Search for diplomacy. Sleuth diplomacy. Description: allows you to acquaint recipient of your brand of diplomacy. Required character rating: Dapper Swain. Elf tiers 1. Weasel Snot, Hog Slop, Pie Filling 0. Attack power 33. Brutal Affront 2%. Savage Upbraid 1.3%. Summon Henry Clay. I was actually wondering about this one last time. I was like, what do you mean summon Henry Clay? Like actually summon like a former Secretary of State? Description: the Great Compromiser wheels and deals on your behalf for a fee. Required character rating: Picaroon's Scourge. Elf tier 0, Weasel Snot 1, Hog Slop 0, Pie Filling 3. No apparent attack powers. Spoon Deluxe levied 3,500. My goodness, 35 Spondylix. To have Henry Clay do diplomacy on your behalf. So, that's probably not going to happen. Sepulchritude. Description: righteous fire of charisma. Consumes recipient, host, and all who surrounded. Scathing cyclone of personal charm. Required character rating: groom to the haberdasher's daughter. What? So we have to like become betrothed to the haberdasher's daughter in order to be able to do sepulchritude? And then elf tiers 36, Weasel Snot 12, Hog Slop 18, Pie Filling 29, Attack Power 480,000. Dire Anima Diversion 100%. What is Dire Anima Diversion? I guess we'll either find out or we'll never find out. Who's to say? Oh my gosh, this outfit. I remember this outfit. Problem Sleuth was like, nope, I'm not gonna wear this outfit. Heterosapiens. I have absolutely nothing to say. In fact, this message is so pointless, I won't even use my quirk for this one. That's fabulous. Oh no! Spicy Pickle, you monster! Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a catnip. Yeah, Twitch Mobile is like not the best. Cheat code 1328. This is for that hard part with the 4 kingdoms that involves every trick of diplomacy you've learned on to this point. The kingdoms are not getting along, so Problem Sleuth has to negotiate a solution. See part 54.3 and walkthrough for this. Also, make sure you've sharpened the tetrix of the arbiter and have obtained the ink of Squid Pro Quo. It will really help. People complain that it's basically impossible, but personally, I like to just use the allegiance mesh to get through it and not cheat. But if you just don't have the time, you can use this code to get past it. All right, so we have the code. PS, print cheat code. Oh, but before we do that, Seth has redeemed Give Tara a treat and boop the snoot, so I need to summon the dog. See if I can get the dog, and then we can have a little snoot booping going on. Alright, hold on a sec. Give me a moment, everyone, I'm gonna get Tara. BRB. Alright, y'all. I have summoned the dog. Let's see if I can point pet cam at her. There we are. Alright, Terry Bear. Want a treat? Can you do a high five? High five! Not with that hand. High five! Can you high five? High five? Oh, good girl! Good girl. There you go. That treat is from Seth. And then let me bring the camera in closer so y'all can boop the snoot. Alright. Boop the snoot, everybody. This is your chance to boop the snoot. Uh-oh, she turned away. There she is. Boop the snoot. Boop. 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 Oh, look at that yawn. Oh, Tear Bear. You're such a good girl. Oh my goodness, look at your face. Look at that face, everybody. Isn't that such a good face? Yeah. Yeah, hi girl. I love you. I love you very much. Oh my goodness. Stream is now just petting the dog, everyone. Stream is just now petting the dog. Every second I spend petting the dog means 1 second the stream goes longer, but I don't mind. Look at this face. How could anyone not love this face? Actually, Nema, I set it up so that this can only be redeemed once per stream. This is actually part of the reason, is because like I get so distracted to like wanting to pet her, and also I don't want to like overfeed her on treats too. So there's also that. Oh, thank you for the kisses, girl. Oh, what a good girl. What a good girl. All right. Thank you, Terra Bear. You can hang out with us if you want to. If you want to stick around. Otherwise, you can go back to sleeping. Oh, girl. Everyone, I love my dog. She is such a good dog. I adopted her when she was a puppy, like 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago. I was still living in Chicago at the time, and I was looking for like a specific kind of dog, and she was listed as that specific kind. It turns out she's actually not the kind I was looking for, but that's okay, because she's just so good. I love her very much. Let's actually put the camera back on Vivi, though, because Tara's like not at the best angle right now. But anyway, yeah, so she was from a shelter in New Jersey. So I actually had to like fly out from Chicago to pick her up. And then we spent a couple days driving back to Chicago from New Jersey. We stayed overnight at like this Airbnb in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania. And she actually got to meet her first horse that day. So yeah, and then we drove the rest of the way back, and then she was home. She was in her new home with her daddy, and then when we moved to New York last year, we made the same drive just coming back the other way. So we've had some road trips together. Let's see. P.S. Enter. I'm just catching up on chat here. So enter the pet the dog cheat code, forcing all commands to be parsed as pet dog. I love that. That is great. Yeah. That's true, Nema. She isn't exactly what I was looking for, but she really is what I needed at the time. Like, I was definitely wanting to get a dog. I had a dog previously, and then he was no longer in my life, but I really wanted a dog of my own, and I found her, and she's been such a good girl. So, let's see. Oh, you're in New Jersey, Spicy Pickle? That's cool. Let's see. Oh no, Nema, you have an injury? I'm sorry. Alright, let me say. We have to redeem this sacrificed Nepeta from McCatnip, and then let's carry on. You have all of the happy caps, McCatnip? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it's just a minor injury? Okay, well, it's still not fun, but I'm glad it's only minor. Alright, cool, let's carry on. We've made it like 3 pages into this so far, everyone. Maybe I won't get distracted anymore. Alright, the dot matrix printer prints out your code. AD, go downstairs and check out swimming pool. It is a luxurious above-ground pool. It looks refreshing. It also appears to have a jacuzzi setting. AD, toss Ferruginous horn into pool. Splash! Not taking any chances, you toss the horn in before going for a dip. Next. Alright. Oh my gosh, oh that's another thing that happened last time that I don't know how I forgot this already, but Pickle Inspector ascended to godhood basically because he partook of the candy corn liquor, and there was like fighting that ensued. And there was like some shenanigans with like the portals that exist between like Imagination World and the ladies who are stuck in their apartments. So basically, as a result of what happened last time, Nervous Broad is now in the Imagination World and is also gigantic and could probably go on a rampage and destroy the city. So yeah, that's a thing that happened last time. Let's see. Something comes out of the manhole over there. Other AD, go down the street and grab horn. That's right, and like someone actually pointed out, I think it was on YouTube, that Ace Dick is kind of like it might have been here in Twitch chat or on YouTube, but like Ace Dick is kind of like the Dave of Problem Sleuth, because there are like multiple Ace Dicks going around, and Ace Dick is like the one who's experiencing time shenanigans. So he's kind of like the time player of Problem Sleuth, which is really interesting. But yes, I've already lost track of how many Ace Dicks are going around, so whatever. Anyway, there's going through the window. Up on the roof. It's down on the street. Here he comes, just walking down the street, singing doo-wah-diddy, diddy-dum, diddy-doo. Oh yeah, Pickle Inspector is kind of like Rose, who imagines and sees stuff. Yeah, just like conjure things up. Actually, that's also appropriate because like this. I'm trying to remember. Like Kanaya, like just no. Who conjures the matriorb in Homestuck? No wait, is that Roxy? I can't remember who did what, but anyway. One of y'all knows at least. You'll remind me. Anyway, you put the ferruginous horn in your inventory. It was Roxy. Okay, thanks, McCatnip. Yeah, Riri Recursive, I was trying to remember like who conjured the matriorb out of like pure imagination in Homestuck. I couldn't remember off the top of my head. But I was like, no wait, I think it was Roxy. Okay, perfect. Yes, Roxy can steal nothingness from things. So I guess in a way, Pickle Inspector is also like a little bit like Roxy. Actually, it'd probably be more accurate to say Roxy is a little more like Pickle Inspector. Anyway, AD, go back up, then go down to office for other horns. Alright, so AD's going back up, going back down to the office, getting other horns. That's right, there's still this mess in the hallway, all of these dead people, all of these corpses. You take the polished horn and the burnished horn from your office. AD, go to hot sauce still. Alright. I just went silent for a moment because I was just like, wait, what are all these rooms again? This is getting more and more complex and more hard to, like harder and harder to remember exactly what's happening. I do recall that this is the room where the candy corn liquor was made. So, okay, so here's the hot sauce still. It's been sort of a pain in the ass getting around this place. Yeah, what happened to fast travel? Why is there no fast travel in this game? Like, that would make our lives so much easier. But, heaven forbid, anything in MS Paint Adventures should be easy. Alright, AD, make 5-alarm hot sauce. You deposit the polished horn, the burnished horn, and the ferruginous horn into the still hatch. You retrieve the chipotle pepper from your hat, and put that in as well. It will be a little while before it is ready. Oh, right, so we've got all this stuff that's supposed to make a thing. I forget what the thing was, but it was an important thing. And I read about it last time, and I forgot what it was. But all these ingredients together, I recall, make a thing. Let's see. HD, go through mirror to look for NB. Oh yeah, hysterical dame. You turn the key and enter the portal. The small A stick follows you through. And again, there's like so many A sticks running around that like I am understanding less and less what I'm actually reading now. Let's see. The small A stick follows you through. The candy mecha walks out the door for some reason. Next. You are surprised to find yourself as a giant hysterical dame. It causes you to feel slightly more hysterical. Small A stick is now a normal-sized A stick. Oh, that actually makes sense. Because like going through the portals for hysterical dame and nervous broad makes them giant size in the imagination realm. So of course small A stick would be like normal size A stick in here. Huh. Yes, Ignatus, sure is small. Normal dick still is still pretty small. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's yes, Spicy Pickle. Only slightly more hysterical. Just very slightly. Let's see. AD, activate jacuzzi setting on pool. Bubble. The pool begins to bubble vigorously. Okay, so there are like, so I think there are like at least 3 A sticks going around here. There's this A stick with the wig. There's the small A stick who's now the normal A stick with hysterical dame, and then there's the A stick that just put the stuff in the hot sauce thingamabobber jigger. Anyway, next. Something in the sky, something appears in the sky above the manhole. NB, investigate the portal nervously. Okay, hold on a second. So, here's the dollhouse we saw earlier, which we established was in Mobster Kingpin's office, confirmed by the fact that Mobster Kingpin is right here. And here's Ace Dick with the wig, who just turned on the jacuzzi setting in this pool, which opened a portal in the imagination world that Nervous Broad is now poking her head out of. And she's like normal sized in Mobster Kingpin's office. This is all just a metaphor for reproduction. Yes, it's far more complex than previously thought. My brain is going to overheat. I'm going to, like, trip like a failsafe in my brain, and it's just going to shut down. I think. Oh, I've got 2 hydrates. 4 hydrates. Holy cow, y'all are just spamming the hydrates. Well, that's perfect timing, because I actually just finished the coffee I was drinking. So, oh gosh, 5 now. Hold on. Seven, actually, because 2 more popped up while I was drinking. Thank you, everyone, for reminding me to stay hydrated. So much hydration. Drown this man. No, don't drown this man. No, don't drown me. Please don't drown me. I would like to not be drowned. Oh, goodness. All right, anyway. MK, retrieve arms from dollhouse. Casually gets water poisoning while on stream. Jeff, how was your day today? Oh, you know, I got water poisoned on the internet because a bunch of people spent happy caps to try and murder me. Just another Saturday. Shots! Everybody! Oh, man. Excuse me. Alright. Anyway, MK, retrieve arms from dollhouse. You've already got arms, shit for brains! Look at those tiny arms. He has, like, tiny little T-Rex arms. Let's see. MK, grab brass knuckles. I was actually about to say, I noticed these brass knuckles sitting on the desk. Let me guess. There were never actually brass knuckles there in the first place, were there? Yeah, I had 7 hydrates in a row there, Seth. Grab brass knuckles. You're quite sure that there are no brass knuckles on your desk. That space has clearly been reserved for the Megaton key. That's the thing we need to get out of this damn building. We need that Megaton key. But how will we procure it? How will we get it from Mobster Kingpin? In fact, where even is Mobster Kingpin even in the same building? I don't even know. Anyway, PI, get cheat code from printer. Well, at least we know where the Megaton key is. We know where, like, the thing that will end this madness is located. It's okay, Spicy Pickle. I can actually edit the quotes that are in there, so I will go back and clean things up later. Let's see. You retrieve the cheat code. All right, so PI got the cheat code from the printer that, I almost said Pickle Sleuth. Problem Sleuth. Problem Sleuth printed off, so. All right, PI, go to control room. Go to control room, I say. All right, there is a big mess in here. It looks like there was a fun puzzle that you would have really enjoyed solving, especially that Sudoku up there. Alas, to your eye, it has already been solved perfectly. It looks like your candy corn liquored up imaginary self is floating out there. You wonder what he wants. Oh, that's right. Pickle Inspector is now able to exist both in reality and in the imagination world because of the candy corn liquor. Pretty straightforward. Anyway. Imaginary PI, combat operandi, temporal replica simile. Wait, is he like splitting himself again? You split into 2 Pickle Inspectors. One of them disappears into the past, the other into the future. Oh, for God's sake. So now there's gonna be more time shenanigans. Even more time shenanigans. Pickle Inspector is breaking reality and time. Like, what the dadgum heck? Everyone. What in the actual world is going on? Also, let me try to center. They're trying to get the camera on Vivi now. Yeah, Vivi is licking himself intensely. Licks intensify. Hey, buddy. Vivi was being such a butt earlier this morning. So one thing Vivi likes to do, Vivi is actually really good at shutting doors. Like, I'm in my office right now and like the door is just open, But Vivi will like come in here and he'll like start meowing and wanting attention, and he will actually get on the other side of the door, get up on his hind legs, and with his front paws push the door shut, and he will close himself in the room with you. It's like he's like demanding your attention and will not let you leave the room until you actually pay attention to him. And like the other day when I was working, he did this like several times and I had to keep getting up and like opening the room back up because the air conditioner is in the other room and I want cooler air. So anyway, Vivi's a butt is the moral of the story. Hey, Heart by DM, happy sleuthing indeed. Happy sleuthing. What's happened so far in the stream? I don't know. Shenanigans. But anyway, we, like, Pickle Inspector is about to go to the past and the future at the same time. So that's the thing. Oh my gosh, Ignatus, that's like a cool thing to point out. He's like operating on cherub rules, red and green. That's not good. Yes, Dave's time travel. We just got done saying that like Ace Dick was kind of like the time player, but it seems that Pickle Inspector might also be the time player. Maybe everyone is the time player. Who knows? Anyway, next. Alright, so this is, I'm guessing, oh, must be past Pickle Inspector because that hatch is still there. Oh, and the puzzle has not been solved. Oh, does past Pickle Inspector solve the puzzle? Is he just doing this because he wants to go back and solve the puzzle himself, just out of like a sheer desire? You appear in the past and enter the window to find Ace Dick struggling to solve a difficult puzzle. You think you could probably take a crack at it. In particular, that Sudoku is tickling your puzzle bone. Oh my goodness. P.I. Solve the Sudoku. Absolute perfection. What? What in the world? This is not a perfectly solved Sudoku, or is it? Maybe it is perfectly solved and I just don't know because I have never in my life seen a perfectly solved Sudoku. That's entirely possible. But yeah, look at this first one. Like, you got the numbers 1 and 2 to start with, and then clearly you solved it by drawing a star in this box, the numbers 3, 5, and 7 in this box, and then the rest of these boxes is like part of the head of a horse, and then, of course, you have to leave one box blank, otherwise it's ruined. Completely ruined. That makes perfect sense. Oh, look here. Look over here. This is a Nervous Broad, and he put Beautiful Dream Girl. Aw, that's kind of sweet, maybe? Or creepy. I can't really tell which. Oh, and then, of course, this bottom right box, just a bunch of scribbles, like, out of frustration. Like, you can't properly solve Sudoku without, like, scribbling a mess of frustration just from the sheer, like, mathematical impossibility. And then, yeah, and then the horseshoe. Oh, stars, hearts, and horseshoes. Yeah. Yeah, recursive. Good eye there. I love that. Got like a hat here. We got a head here. Dropping bombs on. I think dropping bombs on Problem Sleuth. As I believe Pickle Inspector thinks of Problem Sleuth as impolite, if I remember correctly. But anyway. Oh my gosh, yes, a boat is dropping bombs on a plane. That is fabulous. And you got like a weasel up here with a tea set. This is the perfect Sudoku, everyone. I cannot find any faults with this. I don't know if any of you can find any faults with this, but I certainly can't. I don't think it's possible to find any fault with this. So anyway, next. In a little while, you solve the rest of the puzzle, blowing yourself up in the process. The physical world can no longer sustain your imaginary body. This is getting kind of confusing. Oh, you don't say. You don't say. This is getting kind of confusing. Godhead Pickle Inspector thinks you should just relax and have fun and not worry too much about it. But if you need a refresher on what's actually going on with all these character duplicates and time-bending shenanigans, he offers the scoop. There's still only one problem, Sleuth. Oh, good. This is the page that, like, explains kind of what's going on. I think really needed this. We'll see if I feel that way at the end of this page, but yes. All right. There's still only one problem, Sleuth, who is off in some enchanted land sifting through a political crisis. There is one real Pickle Inspector, and there were 8 imaginary Pickle Inspectors. All but 2 of them were killed. And one became GPI, Godhead Pickle Inspector. The other one just split into 2, and one of those just went back in time and died. The other one went into the future, possibly to reappear sometime later. This means there is now one real Pickle Inspector in the present and one imaginary one in the future. And then there are 3 ace dicks for the following reasons. All right, please explain the ace dicks. MSPA. PS, AD, and PI each have a lady counterpart, in accordance with deep-seated mythology that dictates that any man secretly wishes to have sex with a female version of himself. Re Alvin and the Chipmunks, Mickey and Minnie, etc. Oh, I see what they're doing there. He's like referring to the fact that like in cartoons there's like male, like very often there's like a strongly established like male character, and then lazily the creators make like female copies of the male characters. So like Alvin and the Chipmunks, you have the Chipettes. Mickey and Minnie, like you had Mickey Mouse at first, then you had Minnie Mouse. Donald Duck, then you had Daisy Duck. So on and so forth, and on it goes, blah, blah, blah. HD is PS's counterpart, NB is PI's, while AD is his own counterpart because he has a very poor imagination. So that's one duplicate AD, the one with the wig/helmet. Also, a while ago, AD used a game code to restore an earlier state in the game. That's right, there's shenanigans happening there. That earlier version of AD went through the storefront and out the music box and became small AD. Oh, okay, I actually do remember that part. That's right, he like, the mirror was turned sideways and he fell like and landed on the monster and then jumped into the storefront, and that's how we ended up getting small AD. Okay, that actually somehow in the name of God makes sense. That actually makes a modicum of sense. I don't know why I understand that, but I do. What has Problem Sleuth done to my brain? Anyway. So let's see. That early version AD, blah, 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 became small AD. Meanwhile, the present AD went about his business in the present. That makes 3 ace dicks. The normal one, the small one with the skull, who is now normal size, though now normal size, that's right, because he's back in the imagination world, and the girl one, who is not actually a girl. See? How hard was that? Jesus goddamn Christ balls, everyone. Oh my goodness. Anyway, hold on, let me catch back up with chat because I was just reading a lot. Does Pickle Inspector actually inspect pickles? I don't know, Seth. We have yet to see, I think, Pickle Inspector actually inspect a pickle, so that is a good point. Is it really nerdy of me that the only game app on my phone is Sudoku? Not, I mean, yes and no, Egwene? I mean, if it's nerdy in a good way. Not that I can really think of, like, being nerdy in a bad way, because I think being a nerd is a point of pride that I have lived with for my entire life. So, but Sudoku is, like, a really great thing to have. Like, it exercises your brain, so I like that. Oh, yeah, Reaper Recursive, that's another good example. Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man. Yeah, Ms. Pac-Man is basically just Pac-Man, just reskinned with, like, a female version of Pac-Man. It's like, I think one of the things they were getting at here is just that there were, like, female cartoon characters and video game characters that were just, like, copied from their male counterparts, and, like, zero thought was put into their character development. Really? So, okay. Anywho. Oh, Seth, any of my homebrew. So in this case, homebrew means beer that I made at home. I actually haven't made beer in a while. I don't really have any left, but I'm hoping to make some more in the future. I'm actually starting to like look through like different video games and see like what are some games where like an actual beer appears in the game. Like, for example, I was looking up Skyrim, and there are, like, several different, like, alcoholic beverages that are unique to the world of Skyrim, and I might try to, like, come up with a recipe for, like, an ale that exists in Skyrim, or, like, in a different game, and, like, figure out, like, okay, given, like, the time period, and the geography, and, like, the local, flora or what have you, what ingredients would be available and like how would they make this beer, and then like try to come up with that. So okay. Oh, thank you, Nema. you would buy my Brandamania. Yeah, I actually used to call it I used to call my homebrewing like Das Brünemans. But I also used to brew beer on stream too. I would do that every once in a while, but that was back in Chicago where my kitchen was like more conducive to that kind of setup. But here, not so much. It's a little more spread out, so probably couldn't actually pull that off, but we'll see. All right, anyway, we were reading Problem Sleuth. Pickle Inspector in the present enters the cheat code. Reality bends around you. You feel as if you're about to skip a lot of really difficult and boring parts of the game. Next. Successful political negotiation! Problem Sleuth has penned an accord among the four kingdoms. Parades choke rural hamlets. Statues erect. Peace prevails. That's another possible thing, Seth. I could name it Brenda Brews. That's true. Okay, guys. Today we're making drugs from somewhere. We're making drugs from somewhere in New York. That's right. I do actually, when I do set up and make beer, I do get like a little bit of like a Breaking Bad vibe, actually, like, to be honest. So, because there's like equipment and chemicals and things like that. And also crystal meth. I mean, no, there's not crystal meth. No. Although there actually is a type of malt that's called like crystal, it's like crystal with like a number depending on the type of the grain, but like crystal 60, crystal 80, stuff like that. Anywho, P.S. Viewed terms of treaty with Adobe Treaty Viewer. Treaty of the Sleuth's Intercession, August 17th, 2008. Treaty sections. The Covenant of the League of Kingdoms. Boundaries of melon orcharding. Political clauses for muddy wallow lands. Clown rights and other interests outside pie-filling veins. Military, naval, and air clauses. Prisoners of war and graves. Penalties, reparations, elf egg clauses. Porcine dignity clauses and rump sovereignty. Aerial navigation, ports, weasel snotways, and filling pipelines, labor, egg harvesting, produce cultivation, procedure and motion for cessation of elf tiers, guarantees, slapping caveats, miscellaneous provisions. How much of this is there? Okay, there's only like a page here. All right, Articles 1 through 26, the Covenant of the League of Kingdoms. The high contracting parties, in order to promote international cooperation and to achieve international peace and security by the acceptance of obligations not to resort to war, by the prescription of open, just, and honorable relations between kingdoms, by the firm establishment of the understandings of international law as the actual rule of conduct among governments, and by the maintenance of justice and a scrupulous respect for all treaty obligations in the dealings of organized peoples with one another, agree to this Covenant of the League of Kingdoms. Article 1. The original members of the League of Kingdoms shall be those of the signatories, which are named in the annex to this covenant, and also such of other states named in the annex, as shall accede without reservation to this covenant. Such accession shall be effected by a declaration deposited with the Clown Secretariat within 2 months of the coming into force of the covenant notice, and with conscription of 4,000 liters of pie filling to the Secretariat from the state's share of mutual filling reserve. I love that there's like a pie filling reserve, subject to approvals and authored witness of the Hog Prothonotarius snout stamp. Hog Prothonotarius snout stamp. It's difficult to read that because it's so small. Any Any fully self-governing state, dominion, or colony not named in the Annex may become a member of the League if its admission is agreed to by 2/3 of the Assembly, provided that it shall give effective guarantees of its sincere intention and effects regularly audited emoluments to the Weasel King in increments of acceptably commuted egg collateral. See Fair Egg Act, Article 251. Any member of the League may, after 2 years' notice of its intention to do so, withdraw from the League. Wait, is this basically the EU? Did he basically just rip off the EU? Because like that part right there about any member of the League after 2 years notice of his intention to do so withdraw from the League, provided that this is basically the Brexit clause. This is the Brexit clause. Because I remember that like once Britain voted to leave the EU, they had like 2 years basically to work that out. So provided that all its international obligations fulfilled at the time of its withdrawal, and its internationally regulated orcharding militias responsibly disbanded at the oversight of the Assistant Weasel Actuary. Yeah, sorry, Nema. Hi, Borean. Happy Saturday. Oh, man. This is ridiculous. Article 2. The action of the League under this covenant shall be effected through the instrumentality of an assembly and of a council with a permanent clown secretariat. Oh no, Egwene, you monster! You monster. Another dear sweet Nepeta. P.S. View Articles 248 through 263. Alright. Articles 248 through 263, Elf Egg Clauses. Part 9, Article 248. Subject to such exceptions as the Elven Reparation Commission may approve, a first charge upon all the oviary assets and revenues of the Weaselic Empire and its constituent states shall be the cost of reparation and all other costs arising under the present treaty or any treaties or agreements supplementary thereto. Arrangements for the cessation of hostility concluded between Weaselic and the allied and associated powers during the armistice or its extensions shall hold contingent to the terms of commuted egg collateral, whereby agreed upon substitution eggs shall back currency and comprehensive fiscal reserve of assembly under this covenant. Up to May 1st, 2009, the Weaselic government shall not export or dispose of, and shall forbid the export or disposal of, elf eggs, without the previous approval of the allied and associated powers acting through the Elven Reparation Commission, chaired by the presiding elf apparatchik. Article 249. There shall be paid by the Weaselic government the total cost of all armies of the allied and associate governments in occupied Weaselic territory from the date of the signature of the armistice of November 11th, 2007, including the keep of men and beasts, lodging and billeting, pay and allowances, salaries and wages, bedding, heating, lighting, clothing, equipment, harness and saddlery, armament and rolling stock, rump ointment, elving nesting supplies such as dry deritus, kindling, fago bundles, pheasant down and hog slop, brokered conciliation among hog slop suppliers and elven resellers, and reparation of trade routes, and in general the cost of all administrative or technical services, the working of which is necessary for the I sound like what I know I'm talking about, Nema. Thank you for the hydrate, by the way. I really needed that. Thanks, Spicy Pickle. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, the Covenant of the League of Nations is what we're reading through Harp ADM. Indeed. Oh, goodness. All right, view articles 214 through 226. Prisoners of War and Graves. This is going to be interesting, I bet. Section 1, Prisoners of War. Article 214. The repatriation of prisoners of war and interned civilians shall take place as soon as possible after the coming into force of the present treaty shall be carried out and shall be carried out with the greatest rapidity. Article 215. The reparation of Weaselic prisoners of war and interned civilians shall, in accordance with Article 214, be carried out by a commission composed of representatives of the Allied and associated powers. The commission shall repatriate citizens as accorded by their government's repatriation mandates, as Covenant's dignity clauses shall specify. See Porcine dignity clauses, Elven agitation normalization procedures under the Tier Preservation Act, moratorium on Baker's rights violations as itemized in appendices drafted in accordance with the Harlequin and Nobilant Trust, and all mandates whose actionable leverage shall be impacted through the updated Weaselic dossier citing the Melon Orcharders Protected Sovereignty Act. Section 2, Graves. Oh my gosh. Hi, Tree Sprite! Happy Saturday! Oh my gosh, this is like simultaneously fun to read and also agonizing. Oh my goodness. View Articles 264 through 312. Articles 264 through 312, Porcine Dignity Clauses and Rump Sovereignty. Part 10, Section 1, Hindquarters Regulations, Duties, and Restrictions. Article 264. Clown Kingdom and affiliated states undertake tenet of universally upheld signatory doctrine inscribing this truth. One and all rumps shall be regarded as sovereign inviolable territory, which, if breached through aggressive instrument and of unwelcome slap, spank, or such mischievous interface between palm and tender portion is outlined clearly, see Swine Decency Annex within redrafted pork harassment compendium, this body shall be held in breach of this treaty's contractual bond. Basically, this article says if you slap a pig's butt, the treaty is broken. That's what this says. Writes entire fictional legally binding document that sounds too real. Like I say, I actually wonder like if this really was like just completely lifted from the European Union agreement and just like replaced nouns with stuff. Anyway, Article 265. Signatories shall recognize the Clown Kingdom's inalienable right to satisfy slapping requirements and shall agree to restrict concessions accommodating allies' rump-driven economy and culture. In satisfaction of each 112 rump surrogate acts, and appointed hog curator shall select no fewer than 100 hogs who shall serve as rump surrogates at rotated intervals of 7 months. A selection of suitably soft slapping gloves shall be presented to the procurator for approval, and must be worn in oversight by a designated elf. It's cut off there. The kingdom will not maintain or impose any prohibition. Oh my gosh. So basically they like very carefully articulated under what conditions a clown may slap a hog's rump. This is very carefully thought out, and there are many procedures that have to be followed. Yes, okay, looks good. Present to His Highness. His Majesty approves. The treaty is ratified by royal decree. All is well. This is so ridiculous. I love it / hate it. P.S. Reap soils of diplomatic triumph. Victorious moment! Problem Sleuth gained a level. Just 1 level after all that. Problem Sleuth gained a level. Imagination plus 38. Pulchritude plus 1070. Vim plus 10. Problem Sleuth excelled to new rating. Gutsy customer. Problem Sleuth accrued battle technique. Level 10 sleuth diplomacy. Problem Sleuth accrued battle technique. Fair shake. Problem Sleuth gained a level. Imagination plus 45. Pulchritude plus 4520. Vim plus 13. Problem Sleuth excelled to new rating. Groom to the haberdasher's daughter. Oh, that means we can use the Henry Clay thing now. Yay! Problem Sleuth accrued battle technique. Brass tacks. No. It means we can use the sepulchritude thing now. Sorry, I mixed that up. We can use sepulchritude now. Problem Sleuth accrued combat operandi. Sepulchritude. The king dropped artifacts. 1 royal chemistry set containing 100 drops of elf tears, 100 drops of weasel snot, 100 drops of hog slop, 100 drops of pie filling, 1 munitions bag containing 1,000 rounds of handgun ammo, 10,000 rounds of Tommy gun ammo, 100,000 rounds of machine gun ammo, 1 battery pack, and 1 extension cord. Oh my goodness. I love that. I particularly like the whole, like, the king dropped these artifacts as if you, like, just slew the Weasel King, but you didn't slay the Weasel King. You just got the Weasel King to agree to, like, a major 4-country treaty. And that is what slew him and caused him to drop the drops. Anyway. Next. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna take my own hydrate. I need that after reading all of that treaty stuff. All right. AD, take skull to skull slot. Okay, so Problem Sleuth just like, what, reapparated back in reality now? That's cool. Just pop up there. You head for the skull slots, but oh, that's right. There's that skull slot puzzle. You head for the skull slots, but along the way, to save time, you just drop it through the skylight for Problem Sleuth to pick up. Problem Sleuth eyes his own skull with unease. You wonder why the skulls seem so much smaller than your own head, but you're not about to get hung up on that detail. Oh my goodness. Yeah, his skull is smaller than his head. It's just reality and artwork shenanigans. P.S. Add skulls to inventory. You pick up the skull, along with the other stuff lying around, including the Tommy gun and the skylight, because hey, you might as well. You load the Tommy gun to capacity using the munitions bag. You plug the skylight into the battery pack. Oh no, Spicy Pickle, migraines are terrible. That sucks. I'm so sorry you're having one right now. I get them once in a while, and they are no joke. Like, I have to, like, sleep it off and, like, down, like, a lot of water and Advil. Oh, I'm sorry, Spicy Pickle. Hope you feel better. Let's see. MK, make a crude pass at NB. What? No, you jerk! You leave NB alone. You subject the skittish Prohibition-era flapper to your vulgar overtures, making a number of unseemly references to her swell set of glad rags and swanky pair of gams. You suggest in no uncertain terms she is the berries and the bee's knees all in one. Your advances go over like a lead balloon. I don't like Mobster Kingpin. I don't like Mobster Kingpin at all. Next. What? Enraged by the chilly reception, you give the gal a good shiner and remind her there's still plenty of room on Whore Island. You son of a bitch. I frickin' hate you, Mobster Kingpin. You're a jerk. Hysterical Dame is not pleased by Mobster Kingpin's treatment of her housemate. Oh my gosh! Hysterical Dame is popping up now and, like, looks enraged. The brass knuckles are so heavy, the desk breaks itself under the extreme weight. Alright, bye, Spicy Pickle. Feel better. Little AD, run into MK's dollhouse. You've jerked around with that pool enough. It's time for action. You grab your romance novel and your box of chocolates and gear the fuck up for some hardcore fisticuffs. Oh my gosh. PI, go through Clown Bus door. You go through the door once guarded by the clown bust. Wait, how did Pickle Inspector get there? I must have missed that. Anyway, next. It's a strange back room. There is an open safe. Violent noises are coming from that room. PI, check it out. Final boss? Oh my gosh. Horse feathers! These bear cats have claws! Mobster Kingpin takes no damage and remains impervious to all physical attacks. P.S. Take skulls to slot. Okay, so I'm actually glad to see that Nervous Broad and Hysterical Dame are at least like trying to stab and chainsaw Mobster Kingpin, even though he's taking no damage. So I guess this like establishes Mobster Kingpin like very firmly as like the big bad in all of this, which makes sense because he also has the megaton key, which is needed to actually get out of the building, which I feel like is like the goal of all of this. So yes, an invincible bad guy. Anyway, I hope Mobster Kingpin dies a terrible, terrible death at the end of this. Anyway, P.S. Take skulls to slot. Like, I have like a rapidly seething hatred for Mobster Kingpin just because he's such a jerk. He's a jerk to poor Nervous Broad. And then Hitter, which like really isn't cool. I don't like him. Oh, now we're listening to Moon Center, which is making me happy. Alright, take skulls to slot. All 3 skulls are in the appropriate slots. The double doors are unlocked. PI, open what appear to be cruise ship portholes. Wait, cruise ship portholes? Oh. Not in this room. We're going back to Pickle Inspector. It is hard to see through the portholes. They do not appear to be receiving any power. MK, wield brass knuckles. The megaton key is too heavy to lift at your current Vim level. MK, battle technique, running numbers. Oh wow, so Mobster Kingpin can like randomly reassign his like levels for each of his things. It's kind of a neat technique actually. Ah, thank you, Borean. I shall hydrate. Oh, Nema, what is my favorite Homestuck song? You know what? I actually really like Sky and Happy Flight. That's a fun one to listen to. Alright, you roll the dice. As luck would have it, your Vim gauge maxes out. MK, aggress! Hysterical Dame is down for the count. No, Hysterical Dame, no! Candy Mecha, aggress! Oh, that's right, Candy Mecha is there too. Oh, Candy Mecha like went out the door the other way when Hysterical Dame went through her portal, so it's here now. That makes sense actually. I was like, where did Candy Mecha come from? But actually, I think I know. Yeah, Era of Grief is really good too. The small mecha releases a confectionery barrage. Mobster Kingpin takes the tasty brunt of it in his pie hole. Next. Oh no, someone's blood sugar is running low. Mobster Kingpin's blood sugar elevates slightly. Oh, actually his blood sugar is going up, okay, making him briefly susceptible to physical attacks. Nervous Broad deals a blow for minor damage. Interesting, so the more blood sugar Mobster Kingpin has, the more susceptible he is to physical damage. So he can be beaten. He is not invincible, he is mortal. Next. Enraged, Mobster Kingpin picks up the dollhouse and gets rid of it. The door is blocked from the other side, so he has no choice but to throw it through the window. With quick thinking, the Candy Mecha jumps into the pool first. Oh my gosh, so Candy Mecha, by jumping through the pool, is now going to be like a normal size Candy Mecha. Along with a normal size little Ace Dick. Let's scroll. So there are 2 Ace Dicks in the imaginary world right now, actually. The mecha lands hard on the street, causing major damage to the surrounding buildings. The office window is knocked loose to the street below. Oh. Okay, so it was up on the roof with Ace Dick. Okay. Or was it not? Maybe I'm thinking of something else, actually. I don't know. I can't keep track of everything. Oh, it was on the wall. Okay. Gotcha. So that window was just like knocked away. Oh, okay. So then what that'll do then, I think, if I'm understanding correctly, is like if you have like the window, like the other side of the window in reality, if you go through that window now, it'll pop you up on the street rather than like pop you up in the side of the office building. What's my favorite game, Borean? Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is my favorite game of all time. I like to joke that it's my favorite Final Fantasy. Let's see. The skylight window also appears to have loosened from the concrete. Are you playing at Harpe Diem? Yes! That's fabulous. I hope you're enjoying it. Next. Wait, the other side of Mobster Kingpin's door is like my initial thought was like, is this like some kind of like Death Star thing in just space? So anyway, the house just got like tossed out into like space or whatever. Oh wait, no, it landed on top of, hang on. So it landed on top of the candy mech. So okay. Let me see if I can figure this out. So if you go through the window in Mobster Kingpin's door, it tosses you out into like the imagination world, but it makes you like tiny. Because previously, Candy Mecha was tiny and on top of the house, and now the house is tiny and on top of the Candy Mecha. Oh man. Well, there's another like reality bending portal. Good grief. Anyway, the dollhouse tumbles through the sky. It lands on the Candy Mecha. I'm beginning to realize my intention to get through 3 chapters today is like really optimistic, because this chapter is full of diplomacy and breaking my brain a lot. Like, dear God. AD, join battle through pool portal. I mean, okay, maybe I do have it wrong. Yeah, recursive and tree sprite reading what you're saying. Actually, yeah, maybe it just maintains its size. Because it was, yeah, because like a dollhouse is like already small, but... And Candy Mecha is its original size of huge. Okay. Alright. Oh! I believe, hold on. Guys, we got 2 cats now. Steiner has joined us. Oh, if you're a subscriber, this would be like a perfect time to spam that Steiner emote too, because Steiner is here now. Aw, look at my little buddies. Homestuck is a game exactly on 47.5% if you're counting Midnight Crew and you accept that the same parts are game and are not game at the same time. Yes, that sounds like Homestuck. I've also heard Homestuck described as a webcomic that slowly ascends to an anime. Alright. You're here for 2 things. Okay, anyway, AD, join battle through pool portal. You're here for 2 things: to fucking ruin someone's shit and to play a friendly game of make-believe. And you're all out of imagination! Oh my god. P.S. Go through double doors. The door is locked behind you permanently. Oh dear. So PS can like no longer access like this side of the door. Next. Level 1? What is this? A mob of surly thugs is there to welcome you. P.S. Throw dead thugs through doors for dramatic entrance. But you can't though, like the door just locked permanently behind you. Man, you wish you thought of that before you went in. That would have been so badass. P.S. Swap hats with one of the... Oh, hold on a sec. Let me back up. I almost missed it. That was the end of chapter 9. This is the start of chapter 10. All right. Well, since this is the start of chapter 10, let's take a quick break. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick, and we'll proceed with chapter 10. And I'm looking at the time, everyone. It's already like 1:20, so there's only like about 40 minutes left from when I would normally stop streaming. So I think we're only going to do chapter 10 next, and we will save chapter 11 for next time.